Thanks, Sydney. Leigh here. So today I chose to analyze the transcript of Susana Chavez Alvarado. Susana is from Peru and she was born in 1959. She has her master's in public health and she's also graduated in obstetrician from the National University of San Marcos, where there she specialized in sexual and reproductive health public policy. She is a founder, member, president, and executive director of Prom Sex, which is a nonprofit organization where they focus on sexual and reproductive rights and reflect dignity, justice, and equity. She is an executive secretary of the Latin America Consortium Against Unsafe Abortion, and she is very interested in helping adolescent and child mothers while they navigate their pregnancies. In addition to advocating for abortion rights, she does many other things, edits, writes books, and lives there in Peru still. She is the daughter of teenage parents from a small village, and her parents impressed upon her father mostly, to be very independent. She faced gender discrimination throughout her career and much sexual harassment. She is a proclaimed feminist, and she's had to deal with complex issues of gender identity and had to work twice as hard as her male counterparts because she is a woman. So many things that we learned in lecture resonated with this particular transcript. One of the biggest things would probably be the gender identity and her having to work twice as hard as a woman to only have two options, one of which would be to get pregnant young or marry young, as her parents did, or to achieve something much, much greater. So there was a lot of pressure on her to get out of the first option from her parents. They wanted her to be able to be independent and not have to fall back on just getting pregnant as a young woman. So she started her advocacy and her fight for all of these rights for not only herself, but all the other young mothers she saw throughout her life as her own self as a young person. She, as a doctor in public policy, fought to demedicalize things and also had to deal with authoritarianism, where in her career, again, people would just submit to authority and go along with whatever the doctor said, and she wanted to give her patients or clients more autonomy, especially over their bodies. So this really resonated as a big difference in gender in Latin America, because I don't believe that men or males have the same struggles. They don't have the pressure to either do great things and get out of the only other option of being young and getting pregnant. But that is the kind of the fight that all the women in her area kind of had to do if she didn't want to end up as a young parent herself. It just seems like a lot of pressure is put on young women there, and Susana is doing so many great things, really inspiring to help these young women get out of that as their only option. Other themes that resonated from class were intersectionality, with race, age, and gender, and the stereotyping that goes along with all of that. And then intersectionality and androcentrism, centering everything kind of around males and having to kind of fight your way out of that as being a woman. So this was a really interesting article to analyze, and I think it really resonated with that. Our main point is that reproductive rights are essential, and they're essential human rights for everyone, especially people in Latin America, young women, anyone who needs to have these rights. They are entitled to them. They are fundamental human rights. With that being said, I will pass it off to our next presenter. Thank you.